So thank you again very much for the opportunity to share information about my product and my journey developing this product. I started the company almost 8 years ago, and the name of the company is Sociavi, and Sociavi is a Latin word that means share and unite, and it represents the mission of my company. I want to help. I want to develop products that helps older adults, people with disabilities, share moments, stay together, united with their loved ones in the simplest way, and independent of long distances. As Jacqueline mentioned, my parents are still in Chile. My in-laws are in Switzerland, so stepping over very quickly is not an option for us. And as our parents grow older, we are like many other adult children. We are worried about them, about their health, mental health, physical health, and well-being, and the quality of life. So how can we extend our oversight? That was the question. That was the situation that I was concerned about. And I also found the unmet need that many technologies we are all relying. I mean, right now we are meeting virtually through Zoom, through our computers or the smartphones. But for many older adults, technology is just too cumbersome to use, especially in the cases of dementia, Parkinson, multiple sclerosis, you name it. It's just using a tablet, a computer, it becomes too cumbersome. So at the end, the effect is that loneliness and isolation. A friend of mine, her mother actually told her once, I feel invisible because all of you are texting, sending uh, posts on Facebook or just in social media, and I don't do anything of that. So that was really the unmet need that I wanted to address. And that's how I developed the product that I'm going to describe to you today. So the solution consists of I started the premise that the older adults receives their dedicated device. This looks like a picture frame, so they immediately it's not a computer, it's not a tablet, it's just a picture frame for them, and that's how the adult children presented to their parents. And the idea is that it's a dedicated device. There's no login, no password, no username, no app to choose from. It's always on and ready to be enjoyed, to be used by the older adults. And then on the other hand, the families are the ones that install an app in their smartphone. And from the app, they can stay connected with their loved ones. They can send pictures, videos, but also they can have a live face-to-face video visit, a video conference like we're having right now. And the older adult doesn't have to worry about anything or no, no need to touch any screen because the connection is made automatically. So simplicity is really the cornerstone of all what we do at Sociavi. And just some characteristic of the device. Through the years, this device has evolved. And right now it's a 13 inches screen, very large, because we know older adults have problems with vision. Is very loud. We know older adults have problems with hearing. Hearing loss is very prevalent in older adults. And dexterity can be also challenged. So this device is touch screen, but only respond to touch. So are not we have eliminated all these complicated gestures like zoom, pinch, tap, drag, you name it. All these things that we usually use in our smartphones are not used in this device because of the dexterity issue. And lastly, I've been very focused on cognition. So the presentation is very simple, not overwhelming. We don't want that older adults get confused. And now, in addition, it's just one device with included the stand, so it make it hands-free. Being hands-free, it's just in the conversation, the body language is different. For persons with Parkinson, it's not a problem. They don't have to hold it. And and just it make it is their device that they can always see and use. And the setup also, we took care of very simple, just 3 simple steps. So when you get the box with the device, you take it out of the box, connect it to the power outlet, and the very first time it's going to show you the list of available Wi-Fi for you to select and enter the password, and then it's ready to go. So no account to set up. It's just 3 simple steps. We always ship everything pre-configured. We also are very concerned about the caregivers, the family caregivers, that they are already overwhelmed. So we wanted to make it very easy for them to use. And from the app, very simple, we can send photos that appear immediately on the device. They can send videos. Through the video visit button is the conference call, the video call that, as I was mentioning, as soon as you press this button on your smartphone, your face show up on the screen and you can start talking with your loved one, and they can see you and talk to you as well. And you also can send reminders and alert. So if you want to send medication reminders, doctor's appointment, exercises, fluids, you have the option to remind what is important for you that your loved one don't forget. And to start the system, usually it's an adult child, the daughter, the son, the ones that acquire the system for their loved ones. So we call it the primary connector. And this family member is the one that can invite other family members to join the private, secure family and friends member network. We don't need any email or phone number for the older adults. Everything is very we really are taking care and protecting the security of these older adults. So this family member can invite other family members to join the network from the app itself. And as I mentioned, the video visit, you just press the button and your face show on the screen, and you can start just talking with your loved one. And by default, if this device is there, just not being used for a video call, it's always showing on a slideshow of pictures that the family sent. And on the top, we always show the time, date, and on the bottom, we show the next alert. So they have a reminder, a constant reminder of what is coming next for them not to forget. And you can set events for the whole year or even for several years if it is an annual event. So this device is a touch screen device, as I was saying, and through the years we have incorporated additional functionality. So when you touch the screen on the slideshow of pictures, you have access to additional functionality. And one of them is this area where we have the icons of all the family members that belongs to this secure and close family and friend member network. So if this was, for example, for your mother, your icon is going to be on the screen. And if she touches your icon, your smartphone is going to start ringing. So they can call you from the device as well. And through these other buttons, we have incorporated additional functionality. One of them is we can push to the device a personalized library of videos. And we did that. So, for example, one of my clients, his mother is Greek, and she loved Greek music, and also she hasn't had the opportunity to attend Greek Orthodox Mass. So we pushed to her device music in a video music of Greek music, and also a segment of a Greek Orthodox Mass for her to be able to access and see very easily. Mom, in this case, for her, it would be too cumbersome to go to YouTube or to Facebook Live to see one of those services. So having that on the device is just 1-2 clicks is very simple. And then what I wanted to share with you is that in this journey of learning about senior living, I realized how prevalent dementia is present in older adults. So that's how I created the brain fitness modules, which are a series of activities that my focus was to make it very simple for them to do, soothing and frustration free, and also an opportunity to engage with the aide or with other family member in a very simple way. So we have created, right now we have 16 categories of activities that they can do just through touch on the screen. The very first 8 are really with focus on memory care. And then we added more traditional activities like word search, solitaire, jigsaw puzzle. And lastly, we added a series of activities that are more to stimulate cognitive functions such as that attention, working memory, and processing speed. So just to share with you the simplest one of the activities that we have, we call it Reveal by Touch. And after you select the template, you start with a white screen. And as you move your finger on the surface of the screen, the image underneath start appearing. So with that is as they start seeing the colors and revealing the figure or whatever the theme is represented by this picture, is an opportunity for the person that is doing the activity with them uh, to talk. We know that people with dementia, it's very difficult to find a topic about the past or the future. So sort of these give the opportunity to engage and socialize with the activity that both of them are doing at that time. And then, as I mentioned, we respond only to touch. So in this case, we have the activity that they have to replace those white circles with an image on the top. And we have farms, we have beach, we have the desert. So different themes that will interest them. And in this particular case, we're making a sandwich. So we select the tomatoes, we select the cheese. And again, very simple activities, but the idea is to spark the conversation and the engagement. Um, Another one that is very popular, we have the match the numbers, and they have to match the correct number in order that an image appear. If they don't do the correct match, nothing happen. But here, for example, we have the celebrities that probably they will recognize several of them. And then we have other themes like flowers and vegetables. Again, all of that is to engage the conversation, and we are responding only to touch. And lastly, I wanted to share with you that we incorporated a very simple communication board. What we do here is that for persons that have a stroke or have basically a difficulty expressing themselves verbally, they can point and express how they feel, what they want, what they need. Especially if they're hungry or they have pain, they press one of the buttons, a pop-up show up, and so to indicate to the person next to them how they are feeling. So as I mentioned, these are the current features of Sociavi, and it has been an evolution, fine-tuning based on customers and professional feedback. And thank you again very much for the opportunity to introduce Sociavi's its feature, and I'm happy to answer any question.
Well, thank you so much, Paula. If everybody could take a minute and either in person or virtually provide a thank you and a congratulations. That's a wonderful overview. I really love the way that you are bridging this, because so often, again, people tell us that older people just are overwhelmed by technology. So your specific focus on making it really simple is important. What kind of feedback do you have from clients when they introduce their older relatives to this?
So the situation is they're very happy, and the situation is that most of my clients, if not all of them, talking about the adult children, that they have tried many other things. They have tried an iPad, a tablet, and a smartphone, and nothing is working. Even in some conditions, a jitterbug. Those club phones are also sometimes cumbersome because as the dementia disease evolve, they forget even how to use those phones. So with this, when they don't have to do absolutely anything and still be able to see their children, communicate with them in a very simple way, is something that they really appreciate. They really appreciate. And then the brain activities. It's true that they may need to have some prompting in order to start them, but then they started and they really feel engaged, energized, and happy to be able to accomplish them. Um, I was participating in several sessions with older adults in memory care communities with an activities director. And after an hour of doing exercises, they are really tired. They are ready to go to sleep, which is a good thing, that they will have a good night's sleep after having been stimulated for an hour with those activities.
Wonderful. Well, we have some real experts on our call right now, and I'd like to open this up to others who may have a question. Is there anybody in our audience that would like to ask Paula about her device? Oh, yes, please, Caroline.
So I'm fascinated by this for two reasons. Jacqueline knows I love to attend these because of my work and sharing resources for people who are seniors or people who experience disabilities. But this is actually very timely because my husband and I are dealing with an elderly parent in another country and really struggling because she no longer can use her smartphone to call us on WhatsApp anymore. She just doesn't have the ability, and she seems to keep turning it off or changing the settings and all of those things. So I think this sounds wonderful. And so, Paula, from your introduction, I'm assuming this is available in other countries, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, this work everywhere. Yes, my in-laws in Switzerland are using it from the very beginning, and my parents in Chile as well. So yes, there's no problem of shipping it overseas, and you will be able, as long as they have internet, and power. That's the only requirement. Yeah.
All right, I can always connect you, Caroline. Lisa, please.
All right, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. Paula, what a wonderful product that is. The question that I have is that can people use their insurance to purchase the Sociavi?
Nobody has mentioned that to me, but I believe that what I heard is that long-term insurance is paying for things like the pendle, and this probably can be another option. They are changing their plans, and to mine, I haven't had the correct information, but from anecdotal, it would be worthwhile consulting with the insurance if they will pay in sort of a long-term insurance plan, because they are paying for a lot of services, like I say, the pendle, for example, the medical alert.
Yes, and I was thinking it could be really great for an adult that experiences an intellectual or developmental disability as well. And I absolutely love the feature of being able to put photos on there, and then the user can press that and that it will call their loved one. I think that's just fantastic thinking.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Paula. Thank you very much for presenting. As with everyone else, I'm impressed by what you've built, and this is all very exciting to see. I'd love to hear a little bit more about the business model and how it's been since you've been doing this for a little while now, where you've seen it grow and shift, and are folks subscribing for many years, or is it just a short period of time? How do the financials look like?
Sure. Thank you, Melanie. So the business has been growing has been growing organically. Really, it has been mostly word of mouth. In terms of a professional knew about my business from some networking event and they recommended to their clients, or even in some occasions a family member is using it and is recommending it and is using it for another family member in the family. Now, in average, well, I have clients that have been with us for many years, 4 or 5 years. But in average, it's for 4 years that the client stay with us, and usually what happens is part of the nature of aging that the family member will pass away, and that's when they stop with the service. And uh, and how I see it growing. Well, my focus really is to extend the outreach and try to partner with organizations in order that we can increase the velocity and of the acquisition of customers. That's really my main focus: increase the sales and the adoption of the product.
Thank you. So Barb Bigelow has mentioned that there might be ways for grants or other things. As we kind of started out speaking about, social isolation is really something that people are talking more and more about. And you've shared in your presentation how people really cognitively have a better outcome if they have social engagement and activities and things like that. Have you looked into other grants or partnering with, say, organizations that work with older adults?
Yes, so at this point we are starting with a small pilot with a home care agency in order to offer that to their clients. And also I'm trying to start a pilot with actually in Arizona with Native American Indians, also older adults in those communities. So and I'm always open to different pilots and try out for a period of time. So with anyone, I welcome any partnership, any exploration that you would like to do. That would be wonderful if we can have a pilot in your community as well.
Well, we have about 5 more minutes. We have probably time for 1 or 2 more questions.
So one thing I wanted to mention, I'm sure a lot of people in the Zoom room know and understand, the state of Alaska is really struggling with their Medicaid waiver system. And one of the things that I was researching a couple of years ago in school is the use of products just like this to help Alaskans to remain successful in their own home when we don't have enough direct service providers. So I just wanted to mention that because this is the kind of tool that's ideal to support that Alaskan to remain independent and in their own home.
Thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely, thank you. I could not say it better myself. Thank you, Lisa. So Paula, what can we do? Obviously we will try to find partnerships. Is there anything else that we could do to help you as you grow your startup and your startup journey?
I appreciate enormously the opportunity to share information with you. And as I mentioned before, if you think of any, even to try it out the product, if you feel that it will benefit for you to experience Sociavi in your community, I'm open to discuss how we can start and work a pilot that can subsequently be a larger project. Now, the price on the website is, as I was seeing on the chat, this is right now, but I'm open to modify that pricing. Right now, it's only subscription based, and the device is included in the price, but we can break those costs in other way if it is for a project, but based on a grant or anything like that. So the pricing can be definitely discussed and adjusted in order to accommodate your needs. The idea, I'm really focused on adoption and expanding the validation that already my customers are experiencing.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again, Paula. What we will do, if anybody would like to learn more or have a one-on-one conversation with Paula, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my information in the chat. And I just look forward to staying connected to you, Paula. And I'm sure that I know personally that this is something that people in our community are talking about. And so we'll do some outreach and see where we can go. So
Great. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.